Hello everybody, my name is Dutchy, welcome to the channel, and this is the PlayStation VR. Well, the PlayStation VR2 to be exact. Now the PlayStation VR2 just dropped. I managed to get it a little bit earlier than most people because I live in New Zealand, so I was able to jam it all of yesterday, and it was a hell of a lot of fun. However, the PSVR is extremely expensive compared to its predecessor, and it's actually even more expensive than the PS5 itself. So in today's video I'm going to be talking about, is it worth you getting a PlayStation VR 2? Now, unlike a lot of reviews that came out before this video, which are most likely the reviews that actually got given a PlayStation VR because, you know, there was no other way of getting it early unless you would be given it by PlayStation, I would actually not fully trust those guys just because they got given it, and a lot of the time when you get given something like this, you are very like, oh yeah, they're really cool, I don't want to say anything bad about them, and that's not really their fault, that's more of a human instinct. So I would be going with reviews that have been coming out lately, including this one hopefully, and well, hopefully you guys like it. Alright, now this is probably going to be one of the biggest deal breakers for everyone, which is the price range. Now, the PlayStation VR is more expensive than the actual PlayStation itself, which is kind of crazy if you think about it. Now, this will set you back in America around about $550, and in Europe it will send you back around about 600 euros. Now, in New Zealand, which is where I'm from, it cost me $999, which is not cheap at all. Now, for some people this will be quite a steep price, and well, they probably won't be able to afford it. Now that's okay, because most likely in the future they will actually drop the price, hopefully by quite a bit, and a lot more people will be able to enjoy the PlayStation VR. Alright, now let's talk about how much of an upgrade this is from the original PlayStation VR, and I can say without a doubt this is literally 20 times better. The whole world feels so much more alive. Everything just feels so much more crisp and clean, and like it really feels like you're actually in that world. Now obviously with the original PlayStation VR, the hardware that it was on, which was the PS4 or the PS4 Pro, wasn't really the greatest, and you were able to get a pretty decent quality headset for a very cheap price for that system. But with the power of the PlayStation 5, playing these games, I've been playing a lot of Resident Evil, and I've also played some Horizon Zero Dawn. I definitely recommend playing Resident Evil Village because oh my god, it feels so good. Now, one thing though is that if you already have a really good PC and you already have a headset on the PC, I don't really recommend getting the PSVR because it's good. It's really good, the PSVR, and it's probably like neck and neck with some of the like headsets that you can actually get on the PC, but it's not really too much of an upgrade compared to the PC versions, and in my opinion that basically makes it not really worth it buying it. I mean, there are certain games like Resident Evil Village, funny enough, that you cannot play on PC unless you get the mod, but I don't really recommend getting it just because of a few games that are going to be on PlayStation and that aren't on PC. I mean, on PC you got Half-Life Alyx, which is an amazing game, so, you know, you can't really complain if you're on PC. Another few things I did realize about the PlayStation VR is that if you look up a little bit too much, now I don't know if this is just at my house because it just could not recognize where I was for a while, and it would actually fully throw me out of the game, but I was just like looking up to admire the view and just to see everything around me. Yet it really breaks the immersion when you get this big screen all of a sudden in front of you saying like, hey, you're not in the play area anymore, what's going on? And I'm like, I'm literally standing in the middle of the play area, so what are you talking about? Now, one other small little issue, which wasn't actually too bad, is every now and then you get a little bit of stutter with your movement with your hands, because I had my hands on the right side, but for some reason my hand was still on the left side. And if this happens in combat, it can kill you pretty damn quickly. But apart from those little bugs and glitches, I had a perfect experience in the PlayStation VR. Like I said before, the visuals looked amazing, and the head tracking was on point. I definitely could not complain about that. It also has quite nice controllers. I like the grip mechanic that it has. The R2 and L2 buttons really have that feel to it that you're actually pulling a trigger. And it also has this really cool, which I did not expect to like that much, vibration like feel in the headset itself, which if you're getting your head like molded in by something, it will start like vibrating, and it actually feels like something's like, you know, touching your head and like really going in there. It's especially in Resident Evil Village, that was extremely creepy, but I love that because it really adds to the immersion of the game. Now, another thing we actually need to talk about is the library of games that you can play. Now, there are a lot of games you can play straight up right now, and they are all very high quality games. For example, again, Resident Evil. Sorry, I can't stop talking about that game. It's honestly amazing. Also, it's my first time playing through the game because I was waiting for the VR version to drop. But anyway, yeah, it's just the whole library of games that you can get right now is absolutely amazing, and it's just going to get bigger over the next year. And I feel like there's just so much potential right now being able to play VR on PlayStation. And I think Sony is really wanting to back up the PlayStation VR2 because they had faith in the first one. They saw it actually did pretty well, but now they made a fully upgraded version, and I feel like they're just going to knock it out of the park with this one. It's absolutely amazing what the future of VR can be right now. I mean, if PlayStation VR2 does really well, they're going to just keep pumping out games, and they're gonna keep like expanding on the VR, and maybe we'll even get another VR when the PlayStation 6 drops, which would honestly be amazing because, well, I just can't wait for the future of VR. It's honestly starting to feel like Ready Player One already slightly, and we're not even like halfway there yet, I reckon. Now let's talk about the capture quickly and the stream. Now this will probably be interesting for a few of you guys who want to capture a whole bunch of stuff in VR and put it online, or want to stream in VR. Well, the cool thing is in PlayStation VR you can actually have an option that basically translates the text to speech. So every time somebody types in the chat and says like, "Hello Dutchy, how are you doing today?" I can actually hear like the text-to-speech say that to me. I cannot see visually the text, but I can definitely hear it, and I am actually quite glad for that because I don't want the immersion to be fully broken, and at the same time I do still want to hear people. But it is kind of funny hearing like this little tiny voice in your head every now and then saying some pretty crazy things. I'll actually quickly show you guys an example that I had yesterday on one of my own streams. I'm just gonna quickly plug my channel right here. Yeah, go watch that if you guys want. But anyway, I'll give you guys a quick example now.
Can you please tell us about the graphics in VR?
So, the graphics in VR are stunning and amazing, and honestly, just seeing all the details up close like that, it's actually just bloody perfect. I believe it's 2K per screen, so like this eyeball over here and this eyeball over here are both 2K.
You're so close to the orgy.
Am I?
It looks amazing. Can't wait. Tomorrow I will get my PSVR 2.
Oh, do you? Honestly, you're gonna be so happy. But anyway, hopefully this helped out. It was just a quick little overview about what's good about the PSVR, what's bad about the PSVR, and well, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, maybe leave a like, maybe subscribe, and hey, maybe subscribe to my channel too, because I'm going to be live streaming in probably an hour or something like that from this video being uploaded, or even maybe sooner. Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye!